Hi, Leo. This will be your reading for the second half of June. So we're going to do it in two parts. The first part will be love and relationships, things like that. The second part will be shorter, but it'll be on work, career, finances, that kind of deal. So we will get right into it and look at love for Leo in the second half of June. Leo, love. Leo's watching this video. Please, highest, clearest information for Leo's watching this video regarding love. Okay. And all right. All right. All right. One moment. I gotta put down the cards for the other person, please. Okay, coming towards Leo for love. Coming towards Leo for love. Towards Leo for love. Towards Leo. Okay. All right, very interesting reading, Leo, because it's pretty heavy, pretty like pretty deep. Okay, so let me just actually take a look at this, because these are very highly pictorial cards, so I want to take a look. It's a very, very odd reading. All right, so basically, in your position of kind of like where you're at right now, is you have a good outcome, but I'm a little hesitant about it. I'm going to be honest, because there's some really very contradictory cards going on here. All right, so I have in your position right now, I have the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. All right, so not super fun energy, in love. It's just feeling like, oh my God, this has been going on so long, and it's just like getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and you just wow, just feel trapped. Now it's interesting, because these are swords, the Eight of Swords, but there's like all this fire back here, which makes me think of Leo, because fire sign, all that sort of deal. So it's to me, this it's just it's a lot heavier. Like, this is a very common card, to pull in readings, super common, because it's typically in the regular tarot, in like the Rider Waite tarot, and that sort of thing. It's just kind of like mental anxiety. People have a lot of like issues going on in their heads, and they just kind of don't know what to do, and that sort of thing. That's typically the meaning of this card. For this one, I'm getting just a lot more heavier vibe than usual. So, which honestly, typically I kind of gloss over this card because it is so common. But for some reason, it is kind of calling out to me. So, I think this goes beyond just kind of typical mental anxiety. And it just seems like like you are just like ready to just drop this shit and let it burn. That's kind of what I feel like. That's it's like this, like you want an answer, and you want it now. That's kind of what I think is going on. So your obstacles, this is, well, I'm not gonna say this is where it gets weird, because you're whoever you're dealing with it's even weirder. So your obstacles, you know, are basically your, you know, yourself in this particular instance. It's the Ace of Swords and the is that the Queen? No, Knight of Pentacles. So it's almost like a proposal or something here, because you do have the commitment card that ends up at the outcome. So it's almost like maybe you did propose and maybe that's kind of going up in flames, or you know, or maybe you wanted to but found something out, you know, I don't know, you know, there's just something, you know, there's something about like wanting to commit to this further that just isn't like working out for you. You know, there's no victory here. This is like your obstacle with, you know, these are two very victorious cards, and these are your obstacles. Okay, so your obstacle, you know, is this, you know, proposal basically. All right. Now, I mean, you do have as your outcome, you have this like commitment card, which is the Four of Wands. All right. This is about, you know, moving in together. It's about home shopping. It's sometimes about marriages, you know, people, you know, joining together into like a commitment of some sort. It's possible, you know, I mean, that is in your outcome. But that's why I'm, like I said, I'm a little bit hesitant to give you too much on that, because on this other person's side, it's kind of a little bit different story. So on their side, whoever this is that you're dealing with in this particular love issue, they feel like, I feel like they don't trust you to grow, you know, with this. And, you know, I don't think necessarily that you've given them reason to, you know, I don't know about all that. This could even stem from maybe, you know, their earliest experiences with things where they maybe just can't, you know, very easily open up and trust people, or, you know, it could be all kinds of psychological issues, or maybe it is legit. Maybe there was something that kind of happened. And so now they feel like they can't try, you know, I don't know, you know, it could be a million things. So I'm not going to really go there, especially with Leos, because you guys will get mad at me if I suggest that. No, I'm kidding. So, you know, to me, it just seems like this person, they just, you know, I mean, they could be untrustworthy themselves. That's possible. You know, I mean, this is in their energy, you know, so I mean, possibly they are sneaking around, you know, doing something. And again, I'm not saying you are. I don't see you sneaking around doing anything. In this particular read, I don't see that. I mean, there could have been something from the past or something like that. But I mean, in this one, no, I just see you, you know, like I said, just with, you know, this like sort of like you just feel like you've been lit on fire. So, you know, that's kind of, you know, like it seems like it's something you put a lot of work into, you know, and then now it's like, oh my God, it's like all up in flames, you know, that's kind of where I see that. So this other person though, with the Seven of Swords, it's like they're sort of, you know, the phrase "let sleeping dogs lie," you know, comes to mind when I look at this card. But there's, you know, there's this like growth here too, this nurturing, this, you know, Seven of Pentacles is about, you know, she's watering a tree, and because she knows the tree is going to grow up, you know, she's nurturing it, she's taking care of it because she knows it's going to expand, you know, in one day into this beautiful, you know, protective tree. All right, so there is that, but it's like that's kind of where they're at right now. Like I feel like they're a little untrusting, but on the same hand, they do want to grow with you. Okay, their obstacles are crazy. So I don't know if you broke their heart, Leo, or or what's going on here. But you know, their obstacles are the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. So I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean this has happened, you know, necessarily. This could be a matter of them wanting this with you. You know, maybe this person, you know, snuck around in the past, and now, you know, and they know that, you know, and they're sort of tiptoeing around things and pretending that doesn't exist, you know, and hoping to like reconcile with you and grow this relationship again. You know, that is possible. But, you know, their obstacle is that you are done, you know, you've been, you know, betrayed, you know, or this is like what they think. Okay. So, you know, they could just think, oh my God, there's just no chance of that. This isn't going to happen. And that's their obstacles. Either that or they themselves have been betrayed, heartbroken, stabbed in the back, you know, by this relationship, you know, at times. And it's hard for them to put that aside. Okay, even though their energy is, though, they do want to and they want to grow. Okay, now their outcome is judgment, which is a reconciliation of sorts. It's a rebirth. It's you know, it is, you know, coming back together. So with these two cards, you know, it's just this is in a different form, you know, which is really interesting. That's why I'm like hesitant to give you like, oh my God, yes, this is committed forever. You guys are going to work out, because it's a little bit different type of form than your card. Like your card is all happy and you know, celebratory and you know all those types of things. But their card is more like I just see this tormented person, you know, that just has like a lot of like stuff going on in the background that you may not even know about. Like you probably have a clue, but like because you know I'm sure you have a clue with all these burdens you've been carrying for a while, you know what this person also has. But it's like it's deeper than that. Like this is like karmic and weird, and you know goes back maybe like quite some time. The bottom of the deck for this person, they have the Five of Pentacles, which is being left out in the cold, all right? And then they have the Hierophant, which kind of matches more your energy with this committal and stuff, but there's just something that's not quite right here that needs, you know, these are heavy obstacles that this person has, all right? So whether it is they have hurt you and you know, feel such, you know, remorse or whatever over this, or vice versa, you have hurt them at some time in the past, and you might not have cheated on them or done anything like that, but maybe you broke up with them for a good reason. You know, I think they're, you know, kind of heavy person, you know, and it could be that, and that's weighing on, you know, I don't know, but this is heavy energy that is in their obstacle position. And this is a very heavy card too. I just feel like your side is more lighter and freer, you know, in the mental sector, you know, and like you don't view life the way this person does. You know, this person has like a very dark side is what I see. And not that you probably don't, you know, everybody has one, but like theirs is like karmic, and like I get a really ancient vibe from their side, okay? And whereas your side, it's not that you haven't been around for a while either, but it's just you have like a little more control, you know, over, you know, like normal stuff, if that makes sense. You know, you don't let that kind of stuff get in there, you know, you're good at controlling that. But I do, you know, I just feel like, you know, like you feel right now like things are just going up in flames, and you know that you're losing this battle, you know, basically. You know, and maybe it's over a commit. Maybe this other person is getting married. You know, maybe that's it. And you know, it's like you know, maybe you're heartbroken or something. Yeah, it's a very odd reading. You know, I'm not connecting with it the way I feel like I should be. And granted, it's a general reading, so you know, but there's just something odd about the other person. I will say that. Okay, that is like pretty dark, pretty heavy. All right, so let me pull a couple romance angels. Okay, now I do have the card, the situation will improve. Okay, so there was some decent cards at the bottom of the deck on both your sides, but you know, maybe that's coming out a little bit later. So, you know, I do have the situation will improve as your romance angel advice. Okay. All right. So now let's get into work, career, finances. If anybody feels like doing me a favor and time stamping this right now, that I would be extremely grateful. It's hard for me to go through every video. It's at, you can time stamp it at 1400, 14.00. If so, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So let's get, actually, let's do these cards for your career reading. Finances, that sort of thing. See what comes out for the sign of Leo. Leo. Career, please. Last half of June. Career, finances, whatever, work. Last half of June. Okay. Career, last half of June. I will do June. Wow. That is really interesting, Leo. Your obstacles are the exact same obstacles you had in the love reading. That is bizarre. It's the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Coin. So something about that, this like self-confidence, this like offer, this something about that is like an obstacle to you right now. And like the energy, yeah, wow, the energy you have right now, but you have a good outcome. Um, this is the moon card and the hangman. So it's like you found something out. This is what the moon does. It reveals, it sheds light onto things, okay? And it's just whatever this is you found out has just put you in this state of limbo. Like, you know, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this information. I need to think on this. Let me, hang upside down from a tree and see if I can come up with a different perspective. That's kind of what this card is about, is like just trying anything to look at things from a different perspective, because you found something out, this like, some kind of light has been shed on something. So, maybe this is in the workplace and it's like, you found some stuff out that's like, whoa, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe, it could be all kinds of things. It's really, that could be like a million things. So I'm not even going to give examples on that. Or it could be just disillusionment in general with looking for work or your just current job. So that's what this could be too, because a lot of times the moon is just, being disillusioned in something and kind of like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to like think on this until the right answer comes. I don't know. Should I look for another job? Should I stay here and try to work this out? It's a place of not really making any decision, but not, you're in a kind of disillusioned state. Your obstacles, like I said, are the exact same ones that were in your love reading. So somehow that stuff is all tying in right now. And this is something to look out for, because Leo, this is not you. All right. There is no reason in hell that these should be your obstacles, because the Leos I know, they're kick ass. They are confident. They carry that sort of victory, and they are not afraid to go out and make offers or, do things. They are very bold, charismatic, strong, human beings. That is, Leo, my God, it's like the lion in tarot and the sun in astrology. You can't get any stronger than that. So this is not you guys, all right? But these are your obstacles right now. So there is some sort of self-victory. There's maybe a lack of confidence with you guys right now, or a lack of, not positive thinking maybe, but it's more than that. It's more than like a lack of positive thinking. It's not just negative thoughts. This is like pretty, like you need to, this is the dynamics that you need to get past, because you need dynamics right now. Not that. That's not a good energy for you guys. Now your outcome is awesome. So for those of you looking for work, this is a very good sign. You also have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that's a super good sign that something is on its way. And the best part is, with the Ace of Cups, it's something that you love. Okay. Now it also could be something that you renew. So maybe you had some sort of certificate, years ago, like in real estate sales or something like that, but like you've been doing something else for the past 5 years or whatever, and maybe you decide to go back to that and renew it. That's what this is. Sometimes it's a renewal of things. So that could be something along those lines. Put it into whatever context, that would mean for you. If not, then this is just a new offer, but it's something that you love. It's something, that you really like and you enjoy doing. Okay. Let's see what else. If it's just your current job, okay, then that could be it. Maybe you've been disillusioned, by something you found out at work. Like maybe you didn't get like a position that you were really hoping to get, or that you were kind of sure and like that you were a shoe-in for, but you didn't get it for some reason. And or like you think you're not going to get, something along those lines, and maybe that it's like disillusioned you, and like now you're like wow, again, like, should I stay here then? Or, whatever. Either way, I think that the outcome is going to work out in the long run, and there is going to be some sort of either renewal of that position again, or there's going to be something else that comes in that makes you feel happy about being there. All right. Or if you have your resumes out because of what happened here, then that would mean like something that you love much better will come in for you. And it does have the potential to grow into something in the future. So, I mean, it's a good outcome either way. You know, this worries me that it was in both readings because, you know, don't let yourself get there. You know, you are dynamic people and you kick ass. So, you know, don't go there. Okay, I think that's it. I'll put you one card for overall finance and work related stuff. One card for Leo, second half of June. Okay. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups is an offer. So that is awesome too. So it's the Knight of Water in this deck, and I'll read it to you what it says. Let's see. It says falling in love or wedding proposals. Now this is in your work sector. And I specifically asked for financial advice. So that's interesting. And the fact that these fell into your love reading. So there's something tied in with you guys with your love life and your work life, it seems like. Okay, falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. Okay, so this could be a wedding you attend where maybe you meet, you know, something or someone, or, you know, that could be it too, because you did have that in your outcome, you know, you did have weddings in your love reading, because it's definitely, whatever this is, seems to tie in there. So it could be like at a social event, maybe, you know, somehow that stuff ties in, and I don't know, that's very bizarre. I've never seen such an obvious tie-in of a reading. Let's see, I'll read the card again. So it says Knight of Water, and it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Okay. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. Okay. So this is your advice card, all right, for finances and work and career. All right. So maybe it's just a matter of that, getting the love stuff straightened out, because that may be affecting, you know, your career. That could be, although, you know, either way, you had good outcomes. It was, you know, because in the love reading, you had a good outcome. In this reading, you have a good outcome. It's just that whoever you were dealing with in the love outcome, they had like a weirder outcome. So, all right, I'll leave it there, Leo. It's a little complicated, but you probably, you know, if this is meant for you, it probably made complete sense. So, all right. So thanks, guys. And if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, all those good things. And all my information is at the bottom of the video and all that good stuff. So, all right, thanks, guys. I'll see you next time for July.